Hello, and I'm back again, making the most of Good Friday bank holiday. Plenty of time on my hands, so I've been listening to some records again. So I've got some stuff to show, a few new things and some other stuff. So let's start with a nice bit of kind of orchestral soul music in the style of Isaac Hayes or Barry White, but by an artist called Lloyd Price. Really like the cover on this one. Seen better days, but it's a really nice one, this record. He'd been around for a long time, and I don't know if he did many LPs. He did lots of singles, but this is an LP that he did in 1976, and it's recorded in Muscle Shoals, so it's got that kind of sound to it, but really nice, interesting stuff on this. Starts off with a sort of two-steppage sort of thing, but kind of sultry, sexy soul. And then the title track, Music, is a really nice sort of orchestral soul fanfare, which I really dig. And the whole album has got some really good stuff on this, and I was really pleased to find this because it's not necessarily an expensive album, but it's not an easy one to find. And there's lots of different versions of it with different covers, but this is the nicest cover, so I was really pleased to find that in a shop. Yeah, lovely LP, this one, Lloyd Price. See what you think. And something else now, Latin funk LPs. Obviously in original form, very difficult to get. They're very rare, very sought after, very expensive usually. So it's one of those things you have to go for the reissues. There's one I've shown before, Harvey Avern. That's a lovely one. That's a reissue. This one's a gatefold reissue, quite nice. And I think I've shown that one before, Flash and the Dynamics, which also got a Record Store Day re-release. That's a reissue. And there's Joe Bataan, Riot, lovely one. Again, that's a reissue. And another reissue which has come out this year and had been reissued before, but was quite hard one to get, I think. And for me is possibly the best Latin soul funk album out there that I know of, at least, or the one that's certainly tickling my fancy. This has just been re-released on the Vampy Soul Records label. This is the Ghetto Brothers, Power, Fuerza, and this is a lovely record which really has something for absolutely everyone. If you like the Beatles, this would be right up your street because their harmonies are just pure Beatles harmonies. You can see the influence, it's really out there. Funk and stuff, I mean, there's some nice grooves on it and everything, but it's not really a funk LP. It's kind of like a pop soul, slightly Latin-y bits in it, but it's absolutely wonderful. I can't recommend this one highly enough. They were obviously the originals of this. There were very few made, so that's like serious holy grail territory. So the reissue is fine. That's what you're going to get. And apparently they were a street gang, and you can see they're looking there in their leather jackets in New York. And it's a very New York album. All of those albums I've shown there are just proper New York funky Latin albums. But this one's, it's just wonderful. Lots of great tunes, and it was all recorded, I think, in one day or something like that, and they each got paid. I think it says, because there's actually quite a nice booklet which comes with interviews and all sorts of things here with this. So yeah, they recorded it in one day. They all got paid about sort of $50 or $75 or something, which was that was it. And then back to obscurity. This was the only record they ever released, but just absolutely wonderful. And it's got that spur of the moment rawness, like one take. This is it. This is us. This is what we do, and it's absolutely brilliant. I really can't recommend this one highly enough. Yeah, came out this year, this reissue. There is an older reissue, I know, which can now fetch a bit of money, and obviously originals out of the question, but now easily available. So I definitely recommend that one. Listen to this. Okay, and another recent reissue here. This is by Jards Macaulay. Now, he was a famous Brazilian musician, and one of his songs was done by Gal Costa on this lovely album. I think that's quite well known, that one. And it has some help from Lanny, who is the guitarist. I always forget his surname because he's just referred to as Lanny. He does a lot of this on this one as well. Another Gal Costa, lovely LP this. And the LP that I'm talking about, which is very difficult to get, but has now been re-released. Jards Macaulay. It's a self-titled album in the Brazilian fashion. I'll just whip this out of the sleeve here. Really nicely done. I think it's a German label that's done it, and I can't see very clearly what the name of the label is here. There's an inner sleeve, so maybe that will tell us more. Very nice little insert here. It's completely lost on me what the name of this reissue label is, but it's from Germany, and they're doing a few reissues of Brazilian stuff. They've got one of the Joycey album coming out quite soon as well, and this is an interesting one. It's very much an LP. It's not got sort of really standout tracks which you can pick out so easily, but it's got just all together. You sit down and listen to it for the half an hour or whatever that it takes, and it's really pleasant, interesting listening. I think lots going for it. It's very much so. This was, I think, from 1972. It says here, Weekend Records. There we go. That's the name of the reissue label, and it's got just a really nice sound. It's that late Tropicalia. I guess the Tropicalia thing was kind of over by then, but this is what kind of the sort of hipster Brazilian scene was coming up with, and I think really nice. There was a Brazilian reissue of this which was really expensive to get, and as with many reissues now, sadly, this isn't a particularly cheap one either. It's like 30 quid or whatever, but it was one I'd been looking out for and quite wanted, so I took a punt on it, and I'm quite pleased. So see what you think. I mean, I'll see if I can find a good sample for you. But there's lots going on. There's kind of funky, soul, folky, very Brazilian in parts, but an interesting listen. Let's put it that way. went to the North London Record Fair last week, which is always good. There's always a few good sellers there, amongst them Simon, the record man, who the reggae man. He always has great reggae stuff, and an LP which I was aware of when I was a teenager going into shops, and I'd seen it on the wall in places, and it always looked curious to me. And then many years later, got it downloaded, MP3s or whatever. But I've always liked this LP, and it's one of the most amazing reggae groups, the Mighty Diamonds. Beautiful harmonies. Love this cover. Absolutely fantastic. Stand Up to Your Judgment is the name of the LP, and the cartoon says, "Death to capitalism, death to English colonialists, death to the traitors, death to Yankee imperialists, death to the Maoists, death." It's a great LP as well. The cover seems quite revolutionary. The music is actually very sweet, and it's not necessarily on that line at all. But yeah, there's so much great stuff on this. The Mighty Diamonds are one of the premier Jamaican vocal groups, I think. So really pleased to get that. Not an expensive one, or certainly didn't charge me very much for it. So I'm really chuffed. Give a listen. And I'll just finish up with one more, a soft pop album from the 70s. Do we have the year for this one? Probably somewhere in there. 78, yeah. And this is Valerie Carter. Nice cover as well. The LP is not necessarily totally my cup of tea, that kind of late 70s. It's not exactly power ballad territory then, but what is really nice of this is Wild Child is the name of the album. But there was a song which is what I was first aware of, and I thought this song doesn't really fit with the rest of the album. Trying to Get to You is the name of the song, and I later found out obviously it's a song by Eugene Record of the Chi-Lites, and you can kind of tell when you listen to the song. And then I've searched out the Eugene Record original version, and there's quite a few other versions of it, but it's a wonderful kind of pop soul ballad, and she does a really nice job on it. I absolutely love this one. Valerie Carter, I recommend that one as well. So there's 5 little things that I've been listening to lately, and things I've picked up which I really like, and I recommending them to you as always. And nice to have a bit of a mix this time, not just the soul music. We've got some reggae, we've got some Brazilian stuff in there as well. Always good. Anyway, I wish everybody a happy Easter break. Hope you have a nice time. And you never know, I might do another video at some point, because I've got a bit of time over the next few days, but let's see how it goes. All the best, till next time.